Padres and the Phillies series finale today. Obviously, a bad day yesterday for the Padres. They dropped both games of the doubleheader. And today, it is a must-win game. That's from Manny Machado's mouth. He said yesterday to the media there in Philly that today is a must-win game. Yesterday was a really rough day. Today, obviously, you're facing a Phillies team that is ahead of you in the standings. If you drop 3 out of 4, you lost ground to the Phillies. You lost a couple games of ground there. And you keep losing ground in the wild card because the teams ahead of you, they're going to win some games here, or they have won some games over this weekend. And tomorrow you have an off day, and then you face Toronto. Like, that's not a team that's ahead of you in the wild card standing. So then you have to rely on other teams to lose for you to gain ground. So, like, this is a big game for the Padres for a couple reasons. Like, to win this game would be big because that team is ahead of them in the Philadelphia Phillies. They can split the series. You're not losing ground to the Phillies in this series. Obviously, you would have liked to take 3 out of 4, but if they can split, I don't think that's going to be acceptable to Padres fans, but it won't obviously be as bad as dropping 3 out of 4. If the Padres lose today, this Padres fan base is not going to feel good about this team's chances because, again, you keep digging that hole, right? You take one step forward and then you take a couple steps back, So Seth Lugo, he's on the bump today for the Padres. What should we expect out of him? Maybe 6 innings. I don't think we should expect him to go a full 7. The good news is there is a day off tomorrow, so pretty much everyone except Hader and Cosgrove pitched in the bullpen yesterday, but they can go back-to-back days. It won't be the end of the world for those guys to pitch back-to-back days. Now, guys that I don't see throwing today, I don't see Brent Honeywell throwing. He threw 37 pitches yesterday. Tim Hill, he threw 24. We'll see if he goes. Nick Martinez, back-to-back days these last couple days, so don't know if he goes. But Wilson should be able to go. Morahone is hurt, so we'll see if there's an IL move there. I think he sprained his knee yesterday. I think that's what Bomel said in the post-game presser. But Hader, Cosgrove, I would be surprised if they don't pitch today. Even if the Padres are down, have Hader pitch because there's a day off tomorrow. Like, you can't just be saving Hader's bullets here when if the Padres are going to drop 3 out of 4 to the Phillies. You got to use the guy. Tatis not in the lineup, so the chances of the Padres winning go down, obviously. And you look at the bottom of this lineup, 5 through 9, and you see Jake Cronenworth, who's hitting 214. You see Gary Sanchez, who's hitting 195. You see Matt Carpenter, who's hitting 173. You see Brandon Dixon, who is obviously a downgrade from Fernando playing right field, right? And you see Grish, who's playing much better, but he's still underperforming if you look at the totality of the season, right? So it's not the best lineup, and maybe we'll see some unexpected production from someone like Brandon Dixon or Matt Carpenter, but they're facing Zach Wheeler, Another reason why it would have been good to get that first game of the doubleheader yesterday is because the chances of winning, I wouldn't put the Padres' chances of winning at very high today because they do have to face Zach Wheeler, who is probably the Phillies' best pitcher, and it's velocity, and the Padres have struggled against velocity this season. And no Tatis, obviously that doesn't help. So I'm not going to sit here and say I expect this team to win this game, but it's a must-win game. Manny just said it. So I know it's not a must-win game like actually because they're still in it if they lose, but they keep digging that hole deeper. Are they going to split this series and not lose ground to the Phillies overall in these 4 games? Or are they going to drop 3 out of 4 and tonight on the show that I'm going to have, fans, myself, not going to feel good about this team. We'll see.